In this week's Two Wheels Better, Jeff visits the home of the sirloin steak for Thunder at the Tower, and the scooters invade Kettering. But first, it's part 2 of trail biking in Andorra.
Oh, I'm totally knackered. Can you go away? No, I'm not playing now. Go away.
Well, how would you react if somebody shoved a TV camera round your bedroom door at 7 o'clock in the morning? The sad thing was, I actually felt worse than I looked. Can you believe that? Maybe it was something to do with all the vino collapso that I'd drunk the night before. There was no way I felt like getting on a bike first thing, so I went down to the town for a spot of shopping. Andorra isn't just about trail biking. There's a massive array of road bits and pieces, more accessory shops than I've ever seen in one place. And the great thing is, it's bloody cheap. There must have been about 20 bike shops along the main street alone. Every possible accessory you could ever imagine. I asked one of the local managers why there were so many bike shops.
Andorra it's a tax-free principality, and we get bikers from all over the world. For example, Australia, a lot of riders from England, and you can get good accessories here, and approximately half price the rest of the Europe.
Yes, half price the rest of Europe. Half price, I said. Can you believe that? Yes, we've all seen the advert. It's worth coming for the accessories alone. You can save a fortune. Well, all spent up and saddle sores much improved, it was time to do what we'd come for, to get back on the bikes and head up into the dusty mountains. The riding was a little bit more laid back today. Everyone was a little bit tired from the previous day, and it hadn't rained the night before, which made our progress a little easier. It also gave us the opportunity to enjoy the scenery a little bit more. I actually dared to take my eyes off the road once or twice to admire the spectacular views. And with lunch just around the corner, we headed for a picturesque Pyrenean village. With windy little streets and very funny shaped pavements, you seem to be able to ride anywhere you want when you're in the mountains. It's not just the riding that's hard work on a trip like this. The food takes a fair bit of getting through as well. You get a chance to eat copious amounts. And part of the attraction is sampling the local delicacies and seeing beautiful places like this. So a little tip for you, if you're thinking of coming trail riding in Andorra, make sure you leave home on a very empty stomach. Salute.
Salute. Salute. I eat a lot of meat.
As well as the traditional meals of paella and fuet, we all had to try the local Vino Rocco. That's Spanish plonk to you and me, and this is where we all wished we hadn't worn our white t-shirts.
Arm's length. Nobody's done it arm's length yet.
Go for it, Paul. Go for it. All the way. I've got long arms though. Come on.
Yeah, easy, isn't it? So, John, how long have you been trail riding around Andorra?
I've been trail riding actually 4 years, but commercially 2 years. This is my 3rd year.
So why Andorra in particular?
Beautiful scenery, great trails, good food.
Yeah.
It's just a perfect place.
I agree with all of them things up to now. You don't only do it here. Where else do you go?
In the winter time we go to Morocco for 4 months. Summertime is here in Andorra in Spain, 5 months.
So what do people get? This is a holiday that you can pay for and book and come along and get the bike, use of the bike. What else do people get?
They get the bike, either a Honda XR 400 or an XR 250. They get me, the guide, fuel, food, third-party insurance, and that's about it, really.
And the chance to see some gorgeous scenery.
Yeah.
What sort of people come? A mixture, is it?
Yeah, anybody. We get 80% of our clients are road bikers who are trying off-roading for the first time.
Right.
And we've had Dutch national champions here as well.
Yeah.
So everybody, really. Anybody at all.
Right, smashing. Now, the holiday, it comes in various formats. You can have 3 days, 5 days. Is it pick what you want, is it?
Yeah, we do anything from 1 day's biking, 2 nights accommodation, to 6 days, 7 nights.
Blimey.
Yeah.
And people will come here and ride every day for 6 days?
3rd day we always take it easy, have a big barbecue, drink a lot of wine, and then go downtown shopping.
All right, that sounds good. So what's the longest someone would come here for? What's the record?
Got a German book this year for 14 days.
Wow.
So,
Is he completely mad?
he's a pensioner.
Is he?
Could be, yeah.
Oh, God, he's a much braver man than me. And so, after lunch, we took our bikes up to 9,000 feet. Now, you wouldn't really expect to come to the Pyrenees and not find some snow. And it's not often you get a chance to ride your bike through 12 inches of the stuff. And that's not how to do it. The idea is keep the weight on the back, keep the front wheel light, and that's it. Easy as that. Here's John scoring 10 out of 10 for artistic impression. Look at that, wonderful. Everybody did actually fall off, at least a couple of times, or got stuck. The great thing was, nobody got hurt and no bikes got damaged. And contrary to what these pictures would have you believe, I did actually make it across once or twice. Honest. Well, I'm absolutely dog-tired. Completely knackered, I think is a better expression. I'm just wondering, these things, these Huskies, they normally pull sledges. I wonder if they're any good at pulling XR250s. Mush! Mush! He obviously doesn't understand Mancunian. Spanish-speaking Husky, no doubt. No doubt the Huskies could tow your bike back, but what you would need in a real emergency would be a good mechanic. That's not him, that's another Husky. This is him. Now, a very, very important man on this in this outfit is John the mechanic. John, tell us about the bikes, what we're using.
All the bikes we use are XR 250 and 400 Hondas. Very simple machine, reliable, economical, and from my point of view, easy to maintain.
Exactly, because you are the mechanic. So, they're obviously road legal because we go on roads, but are they different to how you get them? Do you have to do anything to them?
No, they're basically as they come out of the showroom, but apart from the rocky terrain here, we fit sump guards obviously to protect the sump, disc protectors, and supply all the protective clothing, just like you're wearing now, the top quality Dainese stuff.
You've sold it to me, it's all right. It's all right. I'll buy it. Right, so are you mechanic? You know, you have to work late hours sometimes, long into the night, putting things back together. Do you have any big smack-ups?
Well, we had one yesterday that took a bit to repair when the subframe got bent, but as you can see, the bike's back on the road now, so no, it's not really a problem. The bikes are very reliable indeed.
And the bikes need to be very reliable. The average day's trail riding in the Pyrenees will last about 10 hours and cover anything from 100 to 200 kilometres. And this is the area, believe it or not, where the Knights of the Templar lost the Holy Grail. And after 2 days in the saddle, I'm just about ready for the Ministry of Silly Walks. Would you like to know how I really felt? It's bloody sore, bloody aching. Sore arms, sore shoulders, sore leg, damp boots from yesterday. But apart from that, it's great, yeah. No problem.
Not that you're complaining for.
Not that I want to moan like, but...
No.
Well, after another hard day in the saddle, we're back at the place where we always end up, in the bar. Now, I know what I think of this trail riding round Andorra. Let's see what these guys think. Mark, first of all, tell me all about it.
Well, first day, Paul, we did about 150 kilometres and we were out for about 10 hours. That was a long, long day, and we were fairly sore. We'd all had a few offs, so, you know, sore all over the body. Today, we probably did a little bit less than that, and the terrain was a little bit easier, and we had a bit of fun in the snow. You know, it took a bit longer, so, yeah, we had a great time. I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well.
Right, am I going to get the same reaction off you, Stuart?
Oh, yeah, it was great. Really, really enjoyed it. The scenery is amazing, and there's no way you could top this in England. It's so difficult to think of where else to go. I'd love to do it again, though.
Right, excellent. All good stuff so far. Steve, same again, I presume?
Yeah, I mean, for 300 quid, which is what we paid for the entire trip, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It's been great scenery, learnt a lot about off-road riding.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can apply that to my road riding, and tomorrow we're off whitewater rafting to finish the whole trip off.
Whitewater rafting?
Yeah, we paid for that as an extra on the end of the trip, but that'll just be something to round off the whole trip for us.
Right, well, I think I'll just sit the whitewater rafting out. I've got something a little bit more sedate in mind. Whitewater rafting? I don't think so. After the 2 days riding that I've had up in them mountains and the bumps and bruises that I've got, this is the only whitewater that I want to see. Now, I hope you've all had your supper, because this next scene is likely to cause some distress. Young children should look away now. Well, at least I'm not quite as white as my bathrobe. But seriously, 2 days riding in Andorra. Is it worth it, and would I do it again? You bet I would.
Well, we're at a stately home today. Now, I'm saying stately, and I mean it, because this is where King James I named a particularly tender piece of beef sirloin. And it's true that happens to be. This is Horton Towers. This is Thunder at the Towers. This is where we've got classic bike racing. There's also concours bikes as well. A lot of beefy bikes around. And not to sort of, what should I say, overdo the point or overcook the point. There's a lot at stake today. So without more ado, let's go and see what's going on.
Now here's something different. We've got an organiser here, Frank Melling, who's actually taking part as well. But first, Frank, can you tell us a little bit about today? What's it all about?
The idea is to make a full festival of classic motorcycling, not just for classic motorcycle enthusiasts, but we've aimed it at the family as well. So we've got children's rides here, we've got army displays, we've got fireworks, we've got bands. We've really got the whole day and some of the best classic racing in the world.
So I also noticed on static displays you've got lots of beautiful classic bikes as well.
Yeah, we've got 500 yards of club stands, concours entries, and it's tremendous range of authentic classic bikes there to look at and enjoy. I've enjoyed just wandering around in the 5 minutes I had at lunchtime.
Now, don't you think it's a bit selfish as organiser to have a go on your Suzuki?
I couldn't organise and not have a go. Mind you, I'm riding like a big girl today, so...
Oh, I don't know, you look pretty good there off the line. Tell us a little bit about this. It's a Crook Suzuki, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Crook Suzuki, and it's the spare works bikes from the 4 production races. 2 got lost. This was the bike that was used as a spares kit. Martin Crooks has the other one, and it was in bits in his shop, and hanging around there was the glitter guards and the glitter seat, I should say, the original alloy tank. And we put it together, so I'm not quite sure who owns it. Martin owns it or I own it, but I used to ride for his dad, and it shows my wrinkles. Now I'm riding for the son. And the nice thing about it is as it was. This is the original alloy tank. We've left the original mud guards on it, the original ace bars. We could do lots of things to modernise it, but then what is it? It's just a modernised air-cooled 2-stroke, whereas this is just as you would have walked and seen the paddock in 69, 70 with Phil Reed riding it, Stuart Graham. All the top riders of the day rode these bikes and they dominated production racing.
Well, how about this one for a classic racer? This is based on a Honda, and this is Pete Rhodes here with me. He's a guy who specially builds Hondas like this for classic racing. Pete, tell us a little bit about this one. How did this one start?
It was a basic 1970 road bike, just one of many thousands really that were sold in the UK. And in 1970, Honda themselves brought out a full kit to convert these bikes for racing. Always a comprehensive kit. It was $10,000 even in 1970, a lot of money. So basically the business now is to recreate all these original parts again.
And so you started this because you couldn't now get these, but there is a demand, is there, for people who do want to sort of recreate that?
Well, I started in 79 doing the 250s, CB72s, and at that time we could really get parts from Honda. We did very well really to get the parts. As the years have gone on, the bikes getting a little older, and Honda aren't as willing to supply the parts now. So we've had to step in and manufacture things as we go along to keep them going.
Now, Graham behind us here, which the viewers probably can't see, a very low, what I would call a classic sprinter, so you must be a serious sprinter.
I suppose you could say that. I'm more interested really in the restoration of this sort of bike. It's nice to see them out in action again. Really, they were only used extensively in the 60s and 70s, which was their heyday, so I like to restore them and bring them out every now and then for people to have a look or have a laugh at, in fact, sometimes.
Surely not. But looking in the entry list, it confused me a bit because it's supposed to be a Trident, but you haven't blown it up and lost a cylinder, have you?
Indeed, no. No, I've actually lost the Trident because that was a bike that I was going to enter, but I sold that recently, so I think there was a touch of confusion with the organisers on that front. But no, it is designed as a twin cylinder.
And how do you find it on this circuit? I mean, it's incredibly bumpy. Even the smallest bikes seem to get in wheel spin.
It is. It's not ideal. It's very bumpy, but even worse, it's very slippy, and there's quite a bit of a camber on the road. So you just have to take it easy and do the best that you can, really.
Now, Trip, I had a word with Pete Rhodes earlier about this Honda that you're riding today, but actually what brings an American over to here?
Well, basically, it was kind of a friend of a friend. The situation I was in, Nina Henderson, who owns a publication in America on drag racing, road racing, and a lot of other things going on in the motorcycle world in America, is a friend of the promoter here, Frank Melling. And I've gotten to know Nina through both road racing and drag racing, and she just kind of masterminded it between her and Frank, of course, and they got me here. My only stipulation was it needed to be on a Honda.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful to be here.
And we saw you earlier on one of the earlier races. What did you think of it? A bit of an unusual circuit?
Well, it was for me because Pete was looking at the bike this morning and had a little problems with the clutch. So I didn't get to make a pass this morning. So we actually, is what we would say in America, had to fire for effect.
Yeah.
So actually that was my first pass on the bike, on this track. And we're fast time, not only in the class, but for everyone here. So we're pretty pleased with that.
Time run was a much quicker one. He's halfway up the climb there, Paul Gandy.
Welcome to the normally quiet town of Kettering in Northamptonshire. Not so peaceful this weekend because it's home to the Lambretta Club of Great Britain National Rally. So if you want to know all about Lambrettas, you ask the General Secretary, Kev Welsh. Kev, the National Lambretta Rally. Not just Lambrettas though.
No, we have everybody here. This is an event run by Lambretta Club, but it's for the members and what we call the members' guests. So it's a ticket only in advance. There's a few sold on the day, we know who they are, but generally that means it's only scooter enthusiasts at the event, and that way it's nicer control. We don't get the idiots who want to follow a scene rather than the people who want to come to a scooter rally and enjoy a rally.
Proper enthusiast. So what does the punter get then? A lot of auto jumble, I noticed that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of auto jumble, but when you remember the machines are all 40 years old, so auto jumble is very relevant to keep the machine running again. I mean, to the average person it's auto jumble, to us it's gold. A lot of parts are being remade now, which helps a lot, and as you can see probably in the background, there's a lot of machines now being found in Italy. When the Italians found out there was money to be made, they're digging them out the sheds now.
Yeah. But it's a great atmosphere, very much of a family atmosphere, isn't it? Everyone brings their kids.
Yeah. We've concentrated a lot scootering over the last 10 years on bringing the family in, because we all grew up 10 years. I grew up a lot before, but some of these lads grew 10 years ago into having families, and then they want to bring the family with them, because a lot of them met the wives on the rallies.
Right.
So it carries on that it's naturally a family event then.
Right. And typically what do you get numbers-wise at an event like this?
An event like this attracts 2,000 to 3,500.
Right.
And on the Isle of Wight on August Bank Holiday we get up to 5,000 people. The scene is better than it has been for a lot of years now. We went through some times when we become let's follow them. When they tightened up on the football hooligans, we got the football hooligans, which has happened in the biker world. But they got rid of it, we got rid of it, and now we've built up a good healthy scene which just brings the people. A lot of the ticket in advance type of thing keeps people away. Because, the normal person wouldn't buy a ticket in advance. You just wake up one morning and think, I'll go to a rally.
Yeah, right. So no riff-raff, all good stuff?
Oh, no. I mean, some of them look horrible, but tattoos spelt wrong and all that, but they're okay, yeah.
You can buy absolutely anything for your scooter at this place, including the very things themselves. Andy Coleman here has bought this. Tell me what this is you bought, Andy.
It's a TV 175 Series 3.
Right. Is it particularly rare, this?
Yeah, you don't see them about very often for sale. Not in this sort of condition, anyway.
So is this something that you've been particularly looking for, or has it just caught your eye?
No, I've been looking for one for a good while, like scouting the papers and the auto marts and whatnot, but just can't get hold of them.
All right, and hopefully you've got it at the right price. What are you going to do with it now?
I'm going to restore it to as it come off the factory floor and keep it for myself, like.
All right, but if it's a rare sort of machine, what about bits? Are bits easy to come by?
Yeah, they're pretty much so. All the auto traders and that, you know, they have these bits for sale, and you know, you pretty much get hold of them if you pay the right money for them.
Right. And you said you're going to do it up and keep it. You're not going to flog it and make a fortune.
No, I'm going to keep it forever, I think.
Good man. So this is a modern scooter rally because it's happening today, albeit old scooters. Colin, Maureen and Dave, ex-scooterers, is that right? Scooterists?
Ex-scooterists.
Scooterists, right. Colin, Epping Forest, this is your old scooter club,
Yeah,
is it?
the Rakes, from Epping Forest.
Does it still exist?
No, I'm afraid it all folded up about 1972.
Right.
Everyone was sort of getting married off, taking on mortgages, having babies.
Oh, right.
Scooters sort of went out the window.
Well, no, scooters for you went out the window, but the scooters are very much still alive, aren't they? You're not scootering now?
No, but I'm toying with the idea of buying another one. So
right. You'd be very tempted walking around there. What about Maureen? Are you were involved with the same club?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Were you a rider or a pillion?
Rider.
A rider? All right. And you, Dave, as well?
Yes, I was as well.
Same club?
Same club, the Epping Forest Lambretta Club, yes.
So how is this different to the rallies that you used to go to 20 odd years ago now?
30.
30
years ago. It's different in the respect that in those days it was a gymkhana event.
Right.
You take part in little field events with your scooter,
Yeah.
a slow race, slalom race, and all sorts of things like that. Nowadays it just seems to be a gathering of stalls for selling things and a good meeting and a good drink. Well, I mean, we had a good drink then anyway.
Oh, yeah. We're still doing a good drink. That bit hasn't changed, I can tell you that. So are you tempted, Maureen, to get back into it with all these?
No.
No?
No.
All these lovely machines here.
I'd like the money to be able to buy one.
Oh, is that what Well, what about you?
I bought a GP for less than £300 when they first came out. Yeah.
Oh, you get a shed for that, £300 now. Are you not tempted, Colin, to get your hand in?
tempted, yeah. I'm actually looking to buy another one.
Well, there's a few here. 200 quid will sort you out. Well, get your wheels and the rest. And then all them stalls over there, you could go home today with a full scooter, I bet.
Oh, you could do, yeah, no problem.
So you're going to do it?
Empty checkbook, but...
Maureen's definitely not going to do it. What about you, Dave?
I'd be sorely tempted, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to get one and get back into it.
Right.
Because I thoroughly enjoyed those days.
I don't think you've got any excuse.
I have.
What's that?
She's got my credit cards.
And in next week's Two Wheels Better, Northamptonshire Police tell us what to look for to avoid buying a stolen bike.